In this video, you'll see how the planning and techniques from the previous two videos come together for the final project. Your final project should tell your own story and be a unique home for your creature, but you can follow the basic steps I take. Firstly, use a pencil to trace the contours of the niche. You're going to need a piece that fits the right side and the roof, the left side and the roof, and the back. I'm pausing the screen here so you can see how I lay it out on the page before cutting it out. When the pieces are flat like this, the pages are really easy to draw on. This is where we want to create the backdrop. Using the white paint markers is so fun. Once again, really simple shapes like lines and dots look great here. My creature lives in a mossy cave, so I wanted my backdrop to be full of thick vines that hang from the ceiling. I make the vines by drawing a squiggly line and adding oval leaves on either side. On the outside, I used my dotting technique to create a starry sky. You don't have to limit yourself here. Each panel allows for an opportunity to tell another story. For me, I've included a little garden that my creature likes to tend to along the bottom of one side. Just like the sketching exercise, this is also an opportunity to go on a sort of imagination vacation. As your drawings begin to emerge from the darkness of the page, let yourself wander through the marks and think about what it feels like to really be there. I challenge you to do this no matter how you feel about your work so far. This isn't about what you see, it's about where you can take yourself. Once your panels are complete, you're ready for assembly. Working quickly, put the pieces together by using your glue stick to cover the surface of both the paper and the niche. Household adhesives like this glue stick are very powerful when you use them right. Glue tends to have an easier time sticking to itself, so by coating both sides, you're creating a really strong hold. Next comes my monster. Referencing earlier drawings, I made him out of white paper. Then I cut him in half. If we look at the inspiration photo, it's clear that the Zots Collective works outside the niche, and I think this adds a great sense of movement to the scene. Add a tab on each side to make it really simple to glue all of these in place. Then comes the rest of my environment. I wanted to keep the rock element going on the front, so I cut out a vague, lumpy shape larger than my creature to go on the front of my niche. There are some awesome trees you can use or layer together for a really interesting effect. Just bend down the bottom bit to create a tab to glue them upright. And there you have it. I hope your niche became a home away from home while you were making it. Be sure to take a picture of your final project and tag the JNAG to share what you've made.